Hello, Key Biscayne. It is Monday, March 18th, 2019, and this is the No One's Listening Show, episode 147. I'm your host, Rafa, and I am here with the panel, super panel. We are being hosted today. We're going to go the other way around because it'll make more sense. By the wonderful Mayra is here, former mayor. She is hosting us at her house on the Key Biscayne World Tour. Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Yeah. To her right needs no introduction. His name's Manny.
Mayra, now, thanks. We appreciate it. I got to admit, I kind of set you up in that text. I said we were homeless. We didn't have a place for the show. Do you want to come on? You said, yeah, sure. You want to do it at my house? I was like, great.
Manny, I knew it. And you're always welcomed here.
Thank you very much, Mayra. It's great. And by the way, Griff isn't here, but this dog sure does cuddle like him. What's this guy's name?
Coco.
Hey,
Coco's
Coco.
loving you.
Oh, you're a good girl, Coco.
To his right is the lovely Anna.
Hi, Key Biscayne, and thank you, Mayra, for having us. I appreciate it. And I miss Johnny. Hi.
All right. Well, we could start how for some reason I got caught off guard when we started. So I'm going to start with a couple of announcements. Number one, Griff quit the show.
What?
So I don't know if he's just going through a thing, but consider him off the show for now, I guess. He hasn't left the chat.
Okay, so listen.
He said he'll be popping in once in a while as a guest.
Well, that's great that he'll be popping in once in a while as a guest. It's kind of like what he already does. But does he? I mean, he's not leaving the chat, is he?
Well, he hasn't left the chat yet, but I don't know. I don't know what he's feeling. It's completely. All I only know is that he is kind of down on the show because he doesn't feel like he's talking his language. Let's put it that way.
And so is he
just
still?
Say that he's leaving the show. That's it.
Yeah. Well, people want to know. Manny wants to know.
I want to know for sure. Maybe I should tune into your other radio show and find out why he's leaving the show.
So that's the other thing that's happening. The other show finally got picked up for twice a month.
Oh man, twice a week.
Man, that's almost syndication.
every night.
So that is gonna somehow reduce the time on this show at some point.
So wait a second, is the other show on Monday nights as well?
No,
at
it's
6:30?
Wednesdays. But how many shows can a man do per week?
We're talking about, I don't know. It sounded like it was a conflict.
No, it's not.
a conflict.
It's not a conflict. It's a time conflict. So the third announcement.
Hang on.
Jeez,
one
why
more
don't
thing.
you just shit on Manny right now?
What do you mean?
One more thing. Are we going to be? This is like losing a drummer of a band, right? So are we going to be auditioning people?
Oh.
So that's exactly the third announcement.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So the third announcement is that this show is looking for regulars, peanut gallery people. And if you think you're interested, send us get in touch with us. Let us know. And the other thing we really need is some kind of. This person could also talk on the show, but we need a kind of technical intern, someone who can man the board, man the computer, do all that kind of stuff. If you are or your
tech
son
nerd.
Or something, yeah,
If you're a tech nerd.
you can if you know how to handle or you want to learn how to handle a computer, how to do audio processing, how to do all that kind of stuff,
If you're as nerdy
or you know somebody,
as Rafa, call us.
let us know. We're putting it out there. We're going to need it in the future. So that's, I think, all the
I feel like you punched Manny in the stomach.
No, I'm okay.
No,
Yeah.
because the show's not going to. I'll keep doing the show. Show.
I just felt like, I feel like,
Yeah,
it was a surprise.
I was ready to cancel tonight for myself, to be honest.
That is true. That is true.
So it's just the transition,
Yeah.
like from,
I know that was a cool.
like.
Can we bring Coco the dog back? Because this is epic cuddler here.
So, if you know anybody, let us know. If you want to be on the show, let us know. You got to be here more or less every week on the island.
If you have a studio, let us know.
And if you want to be an intern, let us know. Great. Let's start how we always start with a little weekend talk. Did anybody do any? My weekend was not good. So I hope somebody did something fun.
I mean, we had a great weekend on the water. It was Chico's Paddle Club went out, and it was just perfect, epic conditions yesterday on the beach. It was one of those days where it was going to be laying down gradually over over the day. So we were able to do a late start yesterday, a 10 o'clock start, which teed up perfectly for the opening of Dune at noon. And, we figured we'd go to Dune for a Bloody Mary, and we stayed for about 4 hours. So it was lovely.
Very cool.
Perfect Sunday.
Yeah, perfect Sunday.
Okay. Okay, I'll speak to the little things that I did do. On Friday, I went out to a charity event for a place called the Edge, the Motivational Edge. They are a group that helps kids that are in foster care and in state care. It's kind of like a skills / creative program, after school program, all this stuff. They're located in Allapattah. They just opened up a new thing. And a buddy of mine, he's on the board. So I went to go check it out, and I knew nothing about it, but it was actually very inspiring. And I'm not a guy who really cares about the kids or anything like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, Rafa, who are you?
Exactly.
What is this?
Like, it's not my calling, to care about the children. Think about the children. That's not my thing. But if you're into that stuff and you want to help with that kind of thing, Motivational Edge, go check them out. I give a plug to that. And then the next day we went to the Nature Center. I don't know if you want to talk about that or you were going to mention anything.
I don't think there's much to say about it. I mean, the cool part is that they had this artist residency program for the past couple of years. And so they did a group show showing one piece by each of the artists who did the residency. I think that's cool. And I think it's cool that they were activating that kind of space in a different way. But, the residency's over, and
This is the Nature Center on Key Biscayne.
Yeah. The Biscayne Nature Center. It was a good crowd, but it's a funky space to be showing art, which I think is cool. But there's
So, Rafa, there was no wine and cheese. Is that what?
there was wine.
There definitely
and beer.
Did you go?
Yes, I went.
Okay.
There was wine and beer.
That makes sense then.
And you know what? The weather was kind of perfect that day to sit outside and drink that wine and beer because the artwork was only in one little space, so it took all of 2 minutes to see everything.
Cool. So did you go fill a bag after that, Anna?
I didn't because I had plans to go out after.
All right, be careful. Don't start filling bags because then that's all you're gonna do.
I went biking yesterday back to that area. I should have taken a little break and filled bags.
Fill a shoe at least.
Yeah.
Fill a shoe. I do fill bags when I'm on the beach, but I was not on the beach this weekend.
Good stuff, Anna.
Yes, exactly.
Don't forget to take a selfie.
Well, we've had a full weekend of spring breakers here. We had Kathy's a senior at Amherst. She had 5 friends come all week long. They had an absolute blast on Key Biscayne.
A whole week.
Wow. 5 kids. They had a lot of recycling of bottles around here.
Well, that explains the 3 coolers full of beer over here outside.
We are in full spring break mode.
That's awesome.
And yeah, there are a bunch of coolers around the house. So if anybody needs a beer, come by. And then Christina was here. She brought 2 friends this weekend. They're now in the Bahamas enjoying spring break, and they'll be back in a couple days. So,
wow.
But it's been fun. It's been a good time for spring breakers.
Nice. I feel like every friend of any of ours who's ever visited the Key in that way just falls in love immediately. They want to come back. I have a friend that comes every 4th of July because she's part of it now. But it's nice to have college friends come visit.
Yeah, that doesn't change. I mean, what does
No.
Bill Stevens call Key Biscayne? It's like the
Adult spring break.
Adult spring break.
Adult spring
That's what he calls it.
break.
This is the guy who this guy, places a nickname on everything. Adult spring break. I'm surprised there's not an acronym for it.
Well, I'll
Bill,
tell you,
come on, Bill.
the kids absolutely love the beach club. So I hope that beach
Oh,
club is around
nice.
for a long time. They loved it, and they couldn't believe freebie. That was really cool.
I still haven't used it.
I saw one in Coral Gables today, a freebie.
I see them.
Yeah,
Where
me
did I
too.
see them the other day that I was like, what? Freebies here?
They're in the Grove.
In the
they're
Grove.
on the beach.
Was it the Grove? Yeah, maybe.
They're in South Beach. They're in Coral Gables. I saw it today also.
Do you know those golf carts that are souped up and have crazy animals and LEDs and crazy sound on them? And they're in Wynwood driving around.
Oh yeah,
No.
Get them
There's
on
one
the
like a
key. No, I'm
mushroom.
joking because they're freaking super loud, but they're really funny looking. And if, I don't know, it's the middle of the night, it'd be funny to see them on here. And horrible. They are really loud and tacky.
But they're freebies
more
or
of a
what are
joke.
they?
no, they're just
I
like
think-
carts
is
that
it-
take
can
you places.
Jump off and on? Or?
No, you rent them out.
Oh, screw
Oh.
that.
Not free at all.
No, we want it free.
No, free, not for me. That's what I say. All right, well, that's your weekend. Kind of subdued, I
Very
suppose.
mellow,
Yeah, very
except for
mellow.
Myra with all the college spring breakers.
Yeah, I feel like there's
Yeah.
something that was unsaid there, but we can
Yeah.
leave it unsaid, I suppose. All right, let's go right into what you're listening to. And I can go first if you guys want, or
Sure.
not.
Do it.
So, I don't know. We're not singing. We're not dancing. I guess we're not doing things. So I'll just tell you guys about it. This band is called the Meat Puppets, and they are a band from the 80s. And they put out an album like 3 weeks ago, maybe a little more. It's called Dusty Notes. And I would never think that I would like this because it sounds like adult folk contemporary. It doesn't sound the way it's produced makes you feel like it's just off for some reason. It just sounds too, I don't know, like an old band trying to make a new album and just not hitting it.
And you
But for
like
some
that.
reason, I liked the album, and I kept listening to it over and over. And I was like, none of these songs are real banging, but they're, I don't know, I just like them. And so the song that stuck with me was a song called Unfrozen Memory. And Meat Puppets got really famous because Nirvana covered their songs during Unplugged.
Which songs?
They covered Lake of Fire, and there was another one. Anyway, that's how they kind of blew up a little more. And then, so anyway, Unfrozen Memory is my song. Check it out by the Meat Puppets. Came out maybe a month ago.
Cool. My song is also from one of my favorite '80s bands. It's from it's a blues number called "You Got to Move." So here's a little bit of a sample of it. You
good.
got to move. You got to move. You got to move. You got to move. You got to move. Now, guess what it's called? That's right. If you said you got to move, you're correct. This is a Rolling Stones jam off of Sticky Fingers. Check it out.
That's
I'm
very
looking
good.
it up now because I
Love
really
it.
like it, and I'm putting it on my list. You got to move.
All right. Well, while you're
catchy,
looking for
isn't it?
yours, do you have a song?
You know, we had a full week of retro New England songs, and so I think the album of the week was Crosby, Still, Nash and Young, Deja Vu, which was played over and over again, over by the pool.
Very cool. Is that? But I don't know the album offhand. I mean, I know Crosby, Stills and Nash. Should I? It's like the one to know.
Yeah, it's the one to know.
Is it the? I mean, I hate to ask this, but is it the one with like Southern Cross on it or no?
Yes.
Southern
is.
Cross
Yes,
is
it
on
is.
it.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is.
So that's funny because I know so many of their songs, but I never went through their albums, which I probably should do. That's a good thing you guys said that because you guys, I'm looking at Alvin here too. He's in the background.
Yeah, that one has all
Giving
of
me
them.
hand signs.
Teach Your Children, Southern Cross. Is that what it's called? Southern Cross.
Yep.
Is that what you
Yep.
said? Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out. Anita?
And I'm playing the
Yeah, that.
first part on purpose because it feels so good. I don't really listen to Queen, but I watched Bohemian Rhapsody last night.
Oh, yeah, I saw it last week, too.
Oh man, it was good.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I did not think I was going to like it. I thought I was going to be super critical of it, and I so enjoyed myself, and I had the best time watching it. It put me in a good mood. It put me in a Queen listening mood, and I've been listening to I Want to Break Free the entire day, like on repeat, because I've always loved that song. That's one of my favorites of theirs, and the video is the coolest, and whatever, everything about it. It's from 1984. If you haven't heard it, you're living under a rock. I don't know, but it doesn't get too much like radio time. I feel like it doesn't get played very often because there's so many other ones, right? Or am I?
I mean,
or am I under a rock?
no,
I think that's fair.
Right? It is so good, guys. I want to break free. Who doesn't want to break free? I want to break free, and I love it a lot. a lot. And I feel really strongly about this movie for some reason.
All right.
Yeah, so watch it.
I'm sure almost everybody did watch it. It was a very popular movie.
I know, and I thought that was so cheesy. I hate when that happens. Like, oh God, yes, it's great. No, it's really it's really great. Yeah, it's really great.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's what you're listening to. Actually, I just want to play you guys like a few seconds of my song, just so you get the sound of
You got
the
jelly that we played ours.
puppets.
Yeah, so you hear that sound that I said that it sounds like this adult contemporary production that it's kind of weird.
Like smoky black and
90s almost.
Yeah, it sounds
That
like
sound 80s.
no, they're from the 80s. I didn't say it sounds like the production is like you're trying to rock real hard, but it's not quite
Oh my
rocking.
God,
You know?
I'm gonna kill it for you. You know who it sounds like?
Who?
That cheesy 90s band that sounds like that.
Who?
Who is it? The one that's that everybody made fun of with the
Milli
long
Vanilli?
hair? The guy.
What, Nickelback?
Nickelback.
Nah,
Was it
it
Nickelback?
doesn't-
No, maybe it was Nickelback. Yeah,
No.
whatever it does.
Well, listen to the Meat Puppets and Queen and Crosby, Stills and Nash and the Rolling Stones.
That's a good the quad friendship handhold and musical quartet.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about.
and who told you we weren't going to be singing and playing the music anymore? Did Griff tell you that?
On that note, it is Monday, March 18th, 2019. This is No One's Listening Show, episode 147. And we are looking for panelists. If you think you're good, give us a shout. You might be able to come on this show if we like you. And if we don't like you, maybe we'll let you on too. Okay,
We'll do a trial. Yeah.
let's go right into it. The talk of the town. What is going on? Okay, let's start with something fun, which is the Towers Restaurant, which, if you've never been, used to be called Francesco's.
It was Francesco's. Before that, it was Exit One.
Exit 1, and
Before that, it was
Bertolucci?
maybe
Some
another
point?
Italian
Yeah.
restaurant.
Pino's, wasn't it? Pino's?
Pino.
Oh,
Pino's for a
Pino's
long
was the
time.
original, yeah. The one I remember
the
is the
annoying
original.
part is that these close because I've had a good time at all of those.
You know what? I've never
Like-
even been there. I've
What?
never been there. Nope, I've never been.
You would like
You've never even
the
seen
little
the bar?
lounge area is the best.
No, I've never been.
Wow.
well, at
That's why they closed.
That's why they closed. They don't have many support
So at
like La
the
Scala does.
at the Francesco's, Kevin Goodwin was the bartender, and he would make some mean martinis.
Oh, man, yeah.
and everything else. He knows how to make a good cocktail, and he had all this stuff in there. So they have good glassware, not like some other places on the island, and it was just a nice place to have a cocktail.
It really was. And
Yeah.
so order some food even in
Yeah.
the little lounge.
Do they have a happy
section.
hour there?
They do. I think if
They
I remember,
did.
they did. So anyway, let me tell you that I got the scoop from
Awesome.
a resident
This is exciting.
on who the prospects are. Don't get too excited.
Oh.
It's exciting that they're actually going to have a place there. The bar will be open again, and you'll be able another place to have dinner.
It's not Chucky Duncan's Old Key Grill, is it?
That would be amazing.
Oh,
no,
no,
it's not.
That was a good place.
But Chucky is actually, he told me if somebody's interested in doing that again, to talk to him. Okay? Talk to him. Okay. The three prospects are
Ooh,
Galt, Miami. Do you know who they are?
what is that?
Okay, Galt is a little Italian deli. They have one in downtown and somewhere else in downtown. They have two. They have a little deli and then they have like a casual dining thing. But they've come in with a fine dining proposal.
Okay.
Italian. All of them are Italian, by the way.
Oh, really?
The Towers residents do not like non-Italian. They had that Exit 1 thing and they were like,
Exit One was awesome. I don't like that didn't survive because the food was good.
they said,
it really was.
we only want Italian. Okay,
Some
so
young owners.
Galt, Miami, they are kind of an underdog because nobody knows them, and they don't have what's it called? They don't even have a fine dining establishment for anybody to check out right now. Okay, Puntino wants in. But if you're giving me an on that one, get ready for the next
I am
one.
giving you an on that one.
So
they own like half of the restaurants in the Key.
So the other one
Or like one or
that's
two.
interested is Randazzo's, and
Ugh.
What do you mean? Rendezvous is great.
So I'm not sure if they would move from their spot to there, but from what I was reading, it sounded like they were kind of interested in doing that. They would move from the Galleria to the other place.
Okay.
Honestly, I kind of like the idea of Randazzo's because they're a lively bunch. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it
Okay,
might give a
that's
little
good. That's
life
good.
to the
Yeah.
place.
I'm only saying because I'd like something new, but if they're going to move it, then
So one of the problems with having the restaurants in the towers is people don't even know
Yeah.
that they can go in.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like Randazzo's has, a big buzz in that mall that they're at. So I would hate for
Good.
them to completely move because we want our businesses to survive.
Yeah,
we really do.
definitely.
And it's good. It'd be great to have a new face here on Key Biscayne.
that's why I
Just
said
to
it's
change
not 'cause
things up.
Yeah, it was just to have more. But if they move over there, I guess that opens up a spot. I don't know.
What about the Golden Hog? I mean, they can do anything, can't they?
They can do no wrong by us. We're the biggest fans of them.
The Italian salami. That's what they need to call it.
Whoa.
No, so one of the things that was in there is that Puntino wants all the residents to spend at least $50 a month,
That's reasonable, right?
which is probably a deal breaker
Oh.
for
Yeah.
the towers.
What does that mean? Like they would ask for a subsidy if they don't?
They would tack that on to your
They
to
just
your
tack it
fees,
on.
to your fees, and if you don't spend it, then it just goes
Yeah,
to
you
them
lose
anyway.
it.
Yeah,
You lose
you
it.
lose
So
it.
everyone would have a spending minimum, kind of like
Yeah.
the yacht club.
How many martinis is that, Rafa?
Like 2.5.
Yeah, maybe just enough, just enough,
Just
right?
enough.
They say
Just enough.
just like a
Two's not enough. Three's too many.
Yeah,
2.5
exactly.
martinis.
Just the sauce. As long as La Scala doesn't move, man, I'm good.
You're good.
That's hilarious.
La Scala doesn't need to branch out or find other locations, any of that stuff.
So I really like the Puntino pizza. I have to say, I didn't mean to it, and then it's no. I've actually never eaten at Puntino.
No, you Rendazzo's.
I
man.
Randazzo's.
You're ucking everybody.
I just want new stuff on the key, I guess.
I remember when there was nothing though, and you couldn't even go out to dinner. I mean, there was so. It's nice to have options.
It is nice to have.
nice.
There was the
Yeah.
piazzetta.
yeah,
That was it.
Yeah, I remember Alex Arasi.
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't
And
know.
when is this going to get decided? Who decides? The residents are involved somehow.
It said sometime at the April meeting they will have all the proposals and they
Okay.
will start their process or whatever. I don't know if they decide then, but
Okay.
and then you got to roll it out. So I would expect months before it's actually open.
Okay.
But
Whatever.
Cool.
It's
Something's
Italian.
happening
I'll have
there.
wine and
We'll
something.
stay tuned. We'll stay tuned. You know
Yeah.
how we like to follow stories here on the No One's Listening show.
I do like I kind of like the idea of Randazzo's. I see your point that you wouldn't want them to move, and especially your point that it's very hard to get people to understand that there's a restaurant over there that
I know.
anybody can go to that's open to the public. 'Cause-
But if Randazzo's already has a following, won't people that following at least move over there with them? And
I think
that's
they
a good
will.
thing?
And there's also another Italian restaurant right across from Rendazzo's, right? I mean, there's the
yeah,
Yeah, there's the little.
Tutu.
Tutto
pasta.
pasta.
I love pasta.
yeah.
All right, well, we'll stay tuned.
Oh, but quick. This is an important note about that area. Aren't the Randazzo's crowd a little crazy?
That's what I'm saying. They like that for good time.
Okay, well, the towers, guess what? You can't be crazy after like
they're
9
not,
p.m.
They're not crazy. They're not crazy.
Like fun people. I mean,
no,
crazy
they're
like
just fun. They're great.
Yeah, the towers-
I know,
is-
but you haven't been to the towers?
Yeah.
They complain about a cough that you sneeze and you cough. They complain
No,
about the noise.
I don't think there's anything out of control that way. I think that the Rendazzo's, what they have is they're very personable. You go there and
Okay.
Mark comes out of the kitchen and he sits with you and brings a bottle of wine and super personal, super.
As long
gregarious,
as they don't go
great
outside
people.
to smoke a
And-
cigarette.
Well, that's
as
what I'm
long as
saying.
they don't smoke cigarettes.
Well, they want to actually open the patio. That's the other thing. And then
that
they're like,
patio's great.
I know.
It
It's so
really,
great,
but that would be
the-
loud.
Yeah,
because
the-
it would be a lot of fun.
Seriously,
Yeah.
exactly. That patio is awesome, but the
residents don't like it.
The residents, we've had so many issues just like hanging out there with friends or having a cigarette with a cocktail. I don't even smoke. Rafa's having a cigarette with the cocktail outside.
Do you think people have evolved though? I mean, it's a little bit of a different demographic in the towers now. It's younger.
Is it?
There are
It really
families.
is.
But there are a lot more families.
Yeah,
I mean,
there are.
when we went,
There are
a
kids
few,
in the pool
like,
now.
years
Yeah, I see them on the beach.
Oh,
That's big.
That changes things.
Yeah.
That does
Yes.
change things. Yes.
So I'm bringing it on. That's why I was saying I kind of like the idea of Randazzo's because that bar is really good, and if you have a lively host. You know, then that bar
makes
is.
it all.
Yesenia is delightful.
That's what
She's
I'm saying.
a great
If
hostess.
you-
So hopefully, I'm rooting for Randazzo's. Hopefully, Anna didn't blow him up.
What, my
No, we're saying they're going to be too loud and crazy.
No, not loud.
No,
Lively.
I don't even know because I don't go there. I'm asking, and you're right about the demographics change. That changes things.
Yeah, just like it changed in Key Colony with the restaurant there on the pool and stuff like that. That would have never happened 15
that
years
that
ago.
happened because there's no adult pool for me to hang out without children screaming.
What? There's the
Olympic pool? No thanks. No thanks.
Man, he wants to keep going. There's not much else to talk about, so I wanted to linger on this one for a little bit. All right. So the village wants to buy 36 bulletproof vests at a cost of $60,000.
Okay.
This is for active killer scenarios. Okay? What's wrong with the current bulletproof vests, you ask? You don't ask, but I'm asking. It's that they're about to go out of warranty. And so it's time to stock up on new
Yeah,
bulletproof
if anything,
vests.
you really want to make sure that your bulletproof vest is under warranty. Because, it's like...
So explain that to me, Rafa. Does that mean that the minute they go off warranty, that they're not going to work anymore?
No, that is
They're just all of a sudden they're not bulletproof.
Yeah, right? All of a sudden.
I guess if they use them and there's unusual wear and tear, you can't send them back. I wonder how often they would even do that, but I don't know how that kind of stuff works.
So do you send them back when they're bulleted?
No,
I mean,
I would imagine you send
I'm
them back.
sorry, I used it.
if these guys are wearing them, okay, which I seldom see key cops wearing them, but sometimes they do.
The booter does. Every time.
Put him on the front lines. Okay, no. So but imagine I guess if you're wearing them a lot, and then they something rips or something, you can at least send it back if they're costing over $1,000 to buy. It might make sense. I don't know why the procurement is like that. I don't know if maybe they're better bulletproof vests. It didn't say that in the article that I read, but it's happening, and the justification is active killer scenarios. What do you guys think?
I think that every time you start saying active, I think you're going to say seniors on the key and I get excited.
What are they doing with the old vests?
Right? That is, do they offload them and make some money, or do they go to
usually
auctions?
Donate them. They donate them to
Oh.
another country.
Yeah.
But listen, and I'm all about safety. I really, really am. But I wonder, with all this stuff, isn't it a way of guaranteeing that you're always going to be able to sell the product? I mean, how, and please don't get me wrong, safety is paramount. But if I were to slap, a 2-month warrant, expiration on a Corona, then you'd have to throw it away, right? And you have to get new beer. So I'm all about safety, but sometimes I wonder with something that's a hard good that it's not. It sounds a little
Yeah.
like we should look into it.
Do you eat your yogurt after the expiration date?
I actually do.
I do too.
If it's a couple days, it's live. It's live
Yeah.
cultures, man. It's
Or you know what I
fine.
mean? Like you smell the thing. It's medicine. I take it after the expiration. Bulletproof vest.
I wonder.
Okay, I agree. Safety is the most important
I
thing.
mean,
but
the
yes.
one I'm wearing right now expired in 2014.
Looking good.
And then the other question that I was going to bring up, and maybe it's 36 vests. Is it, I assume, for 36 officers, or are they double down on how many vests they want? I'm not sure about that.
One for each officer.
One for each officer. Yeah, because of course, if they want to wear it anytime, they can just wear it anytime.
To go out at night.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Okay. Well, if you're looking for a secondhand vest, and I want to talk to the village manager.
Check it out on Key Biscayne Marketplace.
We see them pop up. That'd be hilarious.
Okay. A little ultra update for you guys.
Yay!
You almost would have thought that was planned. Okay. Last week, I think I told you about this Brickell Homeowners Association filing this lawsuit trying to say that the process for Ultra getting the spot at the Marine Stadium was illegal by City of Miami charter, according to the charter, and that they wanted it, they wanted to take it to court to challenge that. They went to court, and the judge decided that they didn't have standing to complain about it. Then a private citizen that's not just a homeowner, that's not part of might have been part of it. He tried to do it individually, and they told him he didn't have standing either. The reason is that if you can't talk about how it's damaging you personally, then you don't have standing either. So Ultra's still going on. So if you thought it was maybe going to get canceled, it's definitely still happening. Okay.
So though, that there's another lawsuit. The people, the other festival that's supposed to be going on, and they're supposed to have a hearing next week.
Really?
And they do have damages.
Yes, of course they do.
Because they've been kicked out and they had a contract. So that, I think, judges are elected and they're not going to put themselves on the spot, and especially before they have measured damages for this kind of stuff. So it's you have to do it after the fact and say, listen, all these birds left. People on Brickell didn't sleep until 3 a.m. There were a couple drownings of really wasted teenagers. So when you have those measurable damages, then you got a lawsuit. It's really counterintuitive, but that's how it works. But I'm really curious to see what happens with the other festival because they got screwed.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And
We've been so concerned with other aspects of it. I forgot about that.
Well, if anyone's driven on or off the key like today, I don't know if you noticed, but all the tents are up. Historic
It's
Virginia
massive.
Key Beach Park. It looks like a giant airplane hangar or two back there.
Yeah.
There's walkways that are cordoned off between Virginia Key Park and the Marine Stadium. And then at the Marine Stadium, there are the huge stages set up. So it looks like it's happening.
Of course it's happening,
Yeah.
unless a
It's
judge.
happening. And there'll probably be lawsuits like next Monday and Tuesday and, in the following week as well. And people are still going to be upset about it.
I guess, look,
and we're finally there. I mean,
We're there.
this coming Friday. No,
It's
the
next
next
weekend.
one.
It's not this weekend. It's the next
this
one.
one.
Right.
the following.
That Friday, it's going to be known as Ultra Friday, Ultra Saturday, Ultra Sunday. Hey, what are you doing on Friday? When? Ultra Friday. Oh,
Yeah.
nothing. I'm just staying home.
Staying home.
That's what's going to have to happen.
So
Okay.
Al and I watched Fry Festival, the documentary on the Fry Festival last night, and we were sitting around going, man, I hope this is an ultra.
No, you hope it is.
Or we
because it'll
don't- we
never
do.
happen
It
again.
is. And then, no,
But-
they're too
They'll
big,
never be
yeah.
back.
They still don't have an MOT for the traffic. They have some big problems.
Yeah.
I do think it's going to be 30,000 wasted kids walking on the causeway trying to find a home. It's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah,
I think
it is.
think so too.
They do
honestly.
have 200 buses. I don't know if that's going to make much of a difference. And then I found out that the water taxis actually cost money, so it's not something for everybody.
I saw that it's $149 for a 3-day pass.
Yeah, for the-
so no one's
What?
going to. They'd rather spend the money on booze or
Of
whatever.
What?
Yeah.
A 3-day pass for the water
for the
taxi.
water
Taxis?
taxis.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So
And where's
it's
the
not-
other point? Where do they get dropped off?
Probably Bayside.
Yeah, Bayside.
Where the festival used to be. Great. Just take me back to where it used to be.
Listen, there are
Perfect.
a bunch of people staying in South Beach. I have no idea how they're going to get this. I mean, maybe they'll walk from this causeway to MacArthur Causeway. It'll be like,
So the whole city gets
How ironic would it
infected.
be if everyone ends up walking around in a daze on Biscayne Boulevard where it used to be?
Oh, man.
I mean, something like that'll happen, even with the buses, because the buses drop off at Vizcaya, at the American Airlines Arena, and at and in Wynwood Design District area somewhere.
you know
So-
what I really want to know? Our commissioner, Xavier Suarez, has been very silent about this. He lives right off of the Rickenbacker. I'm wondering if he's going to stay there all weekend. Maybe we can go over and see how it,
Pay a visit.
if he's really cool, he'd stay. If not, he'll go over to Francis's house in the Grove.
So, one of the things that, going back to the lawsuit thing with the other people, with the other festival, man, they're going to say, even if they settle or if some kind of judgment comes, it's going to be, oh, well, you're owed this much money and that's it, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of going to set a precedent for these poor people that is, oh, if another festival comes,
That's
they
bigger?
that's bigger. They can just kick you the hell out of here, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's there's no way there's going to be an injunction to stop Ultra for these other guys. There might be some damages, but that's it, right?
But the right thing to
I'm
do
not
is
a
to
lawyer.
let them have it because they booked it
Yeah.
and they had a contract and they'd done it before. And that's really kind of what's in keeping with Historic Virginia Key Park. I mean, those are the events that they had planned on going, not Ultra,
Yeah.
which is mammoth.
There must be a lot of money involved. I mean, there is a lot of
Yeah.
money. Okay, so that's your Ultra update.
Oh man,
So
we
who's
only
going
have
to
one more
Ultra?
week.
You guys going to Ultra?
Manny
I'm
apparently.
going on Sunday. I'm going to be volunteering at the Eco Village.
And Lenny told us that you can find her in a unicorn onesie,
Yep.
jamming out at Ultra on Sunday next to Manny.
Yep. I'm volunteering at the in the Eco Village at one of the booths there, shaming people that are carrying single-use plastic,
Good.
which I don't think that's going to be happening. Anyway. And then they let you walk around after that if you want.
Cool.
Yeah. And my son is going as well. He's 19. He asked for that for his birthday present, so got it for him. And his tickets arrived today. They're not really tickets. You get you wear a
A
wristband.
wristband all weekend.
Yeah, wristband all weekend, and it has your money on it and everything. So it's an electronic wallet.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's how those usually work. At least the new ones. You just
And
I
told him-
used to go.
Yeah.
It was
I told-
a paper.
I told him he can go, but he has to walk home. So.
That's a good. Hey, you can walk home from there in the bushy area. In the bushy.
Yeah, not on the
and
side of the road.
not on the side of the road.
No,
that's
actually-
scary to me.
In
That's
the
scary
inside
to
of
me.
that
The
bike
inside
track,
the bushes.
the bike.
No, I actually bought him a high-vis vest, so it looks like he's a parolee. I'm going to give him my garbage picker in a bucket, so it's like he's going to fit
Awesome.
the bill totally. He's like, fill a bag on your way home, buddy.
I didn't think about that. The people walking into the key.
There'll be a couple, but if they're smart, they'll go down you go down the bridge if you're walking and you're on the same
You're
side
already
as
on the
Ultra,
same side as
you're already in the path. you
the
know?
path.
Yeah.
Some of our merchants are a little concerned.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Winn-Dixie, they're afraid of just because they get from some of the concert goers here.
Oh, really?
They said they get just really rowdy, wasted people. And they're
Yeah,
really-
I mean, it can't be any worse than your average Key Biscayne teenagers at CVS on any given night.
I think it
No, I'm
can.
sorry, not teenagers, 12-year-olds.
I don't know. We saw some videos a friend sent us of Miami Beach with the spring breakers, and it's a little scary.
Oh, no, the spring breakers in Miami Beach have been out of control.
We saw some videos that like
Do you follow Lifestyle Miami on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, you
No.
have to check it out. It's so good. So good. It's bad.
guys. The funny part is that we're not going to know until the day it happens. I mean, we have one more show before Ultra, but I'm excited for that one show after Ultra on
Yeah,
April 1st.
to see what it's
on
like.
April 1st.
I think I'll be back for that one.
Yeah, right. That's a good one to comment on.
Okay. Manny, you want to talk chat chats or do you want to talk about... Let's talk chat chats. 'Cause those are-
The people love chat chats.
The only thing I've heard about the chats recently, and I don't know if this is true or not, Myra. Maybe you've heard some of this as well. But I've heard that on this one chat, I guess it's the homeowners chat, and you said you're not on that one, but there's actually scuttlebutt about whether we're even going to go through with the underground utility burying of the lines or not. Like people are actually wondering, should we even do this? And I thought it was, I thought we agreed that we need to do it. We just have to figure out how we're going to pay for it. But now I'm hearing that people are saying, do we even need to do this? You heard anything about that?
Listen, that's the pushback from a couple of residents. What I know is from incorporation, this was something that was identified that was needed.
30 years ago.
30 years ago, on every plan, on the 2020 plan, we identified it. In different strategic plans, we've identified it. It's best practice, and it's a good thing. And it benefits everyone. You're all of a sudden going to have state-of-the-art fiber optic like cables. You're going to be able to go technology to the next century. You're going to have much better internet.
So, I mean, but what are the chances of this actually being derailed altogether, like it has been for, I guess, like the last 30 years?
So it wasn't derailed for the last 30 years. The technology is at a point now where it's worth, one, investing because there are a lot of redundancies. And so it really is a lot better of an investment. And the other thing is you have FPL coming here hardening, which if you go around and you look on 37th Avenue and all these places and you see what hardening looks like, it just doesn't belong in a small village. It's huge. It looks industrial. So people are going to freak out when they see
If they see that.
when they see it.
Wait, I don't know. Now I'm curious.
People
I
in
don't know.
Pinecrest freaked out when they did part of it in Pinecrest, but they could not kind of unring the bell. It was too late for them. And so I got a couple calls from commissioners and the mayor of Pinecrest going, you guys are so smart for even looking into it right now and slowing down the hardening. So it really does bring Key Biscayne into the next century.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all agree on that. But I'm wondering if are these residents who are saying, are we even going to do this? Are they going to get any traction on this?
So I don't know if it was the last meeting, but I saw this meeting where the whole council, Ed London, said, look, I don't want to keep talking about this if we're not all for keep going, even if we don't know how we're going to pay for it. Like, let's have a little straw vote, and let's see who's really about this and who isn't. And they did, and everybody was for keep going. So 3 residents mouthing off in the chat, let's see if they show up anywhere where it actually counts, Do they show up to a meeting? Do they write a letter? Do they do anything? Do they contact their reps? Talking in low tax for Key Biscayne or whatever.
And so just full circle on it, it comes back to the creating chaos on the chats.
Exactly.
And to
Exactly.
try
It
to
is.
find, yeah.
And listen, a lot of homeowners that don't have kids in the public school pay for the improvements in Mast Academy and
homeowners who don't have kids, period.
I actually wrote an op-ed about this. It's going to be published soon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's really
No.
great. I got to read it.
Yeah.
Good.
Wow.
And listen,
It's about things like that.
the beach renourishment, that pretty much
Exactly.
80% of it benefits the condo
That's
owners
in my
on the
that's
beach.
in my thing too.
And
Exactly.
so are we
Exactly.
going to start picking and choosing what we think we should be paying for because it impacts us the most?
It opens the
That's
door to
not a
that.
good policy.
Some
And
people,
You know what I think we need? I think we need a dog park.
I think wait, stop. Some people will love that idea, but it just wouldn't work you can't run a government like that, because then any project you want to go do, it's impossible because you only have 3 people paying for it. Nobody else wants it, and that's it,
How much was we had an estimate for
What, for which one?
the buried power? Didn't we have some sort of estimate
40 million?
40 million.
per household?
No, I have my
What did you have the estimate? What
so
was that number? I forgot.
you guys will read it it's how many cars per household. That's what I was.
No, it was
What?
like $150 a month or something like
it's
that.
$130 per every $500,000. If you were to do
Okay.
just taxes,
Yeah.
So every person or every homeowner, for every $500,000 that your property is assessed, it's $130. So that's not a whole lot of money, and it's like a user tax, because you're
for 30 or just
for 30,
Forever.
20, 30 years,
Okay.
until the bond is paid or until it's paid for.
Yeah.
But the other thing that's interesting is that
And that's without. Sorry,
go on.
I was going to say that's without the. Cross your fingers that the state of Florida gives us some money for it too, right? That's not estimated in that 40
It's not
million.
estimated,
Yeah.
or the FPL with
Yeah.
the portion they're going to give.
Let me ask you, Mayra, is there any truth to the rumor that if they do, once they do bury the power lines, and with all the ultra technology, pardon the pun, that they have with that through that technology they'll actually be able to disable the WhatsApp chats? Is there any truth to that?
No, they're going to get even faster,
Just
Manny.
the petty ones.
They're going to get faster.
No, they're going to be.
And
we're
rowdier.
not limited at 256
No,
people,
Manny.
Rafa.
Manny, there's going to be a special assessment as to which chats matter the most.
All right. I don't
what
want to
else
keep
we-
going with that because we beat it up so much, and until something actually happens, then
The beat up.
yeah, that topic has been beat up a
I
lot.
do think progress is good and infrastructure is good.
Of
we
course.
have to be open-minded and a little less,
I don't-
just me,
Of course.
because we've done great things in this village just because we've thought, we've looked towards the future and we've looked at the good of the whole.
The good of the whole. That's what it's all about, honestly.
So.
I know, I agree.
Anyway, I know who's in charge. I know who's responsible. You guys know I've rallied against them enough times. I'll wait. I'll wait for another show to bash against them again. Okay. And then the last thing I have written down here, and only because I was thinking about this weekend. Okay. would you guys agree with me? Maybe I'm off, but I'm just kind of making an assumption here, just from what I see on the streets, that the majority of people, of residents on this island, do not speak English at home as their first language. Would you say that?
I think it's 50-50.
You really think it's like
think
right
it's
down the middle?
Yeah.
That's close enough to a majority to me. I mean, yeah, that's.
I mean, it's a half and half. The other half is a majority too.
I don't know. I don't think.
I
so.
don't know.
You think the majority do speak English at home?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, when you go to the restaurants and stuff like that, you don't hear any English. I'll tell you that much. You hear it at
Yeah,
the
but I
yacht
think
club.
That
and
happened
that's
to me
it.
at lunch, and yeah.
I think that the kids still speak English, even though.
So that's something that's funny because when we were kids, our parents would speak other language. We speak English. Now I see kids speaking Spanish in the street, which is also kind of
Is it
reinforces
new
what I was saying.
influx?
But let's say it's 50-50. Anyway, what I was really getting at was that what I was really getting at was that I never see these, and probably because maybe they're not citizens or they're just recent citizens and they don't have a civic kind of mentality or whatever, but they're never represented in council and not very represented in like nonprofit groups or any other leadership positions on the island. And I'm wondering if at some point that's going to be a thing. It's not a thing now. I wonder if they'll ever act up, or not act up, like get organized in such a way, if that'll ever happen, or if only speaking English will you ever have a position of power.
So the only thing that the way that I relate to it is Miami as a whole, but in terms of philanthropy in other kinds of sectors. But when people come and they don't consider this their home base, they're more connected to other countries because their families are there, they're sending money back, whatever the hell it is.
Uh-huh.
They grew up somewhere else, so they don't have the connection here. So I don't know if it'll affect them like acting up. I'm putting that in quotation marks because that's not the right word for it. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to affect.
You know, we've got the expat club, and they're pretty active. And then you've got the Amoripan group that does, what is it, Mano Sobre el Sur, but they send money to Latin America, which is fine, but at least it's charitable and that's cool. But I think we all could be doing more in this community. We had some friends here who live in Marin County, California, and their kids are in public school, and they raise, it's, you know, a little California-ish, but they raise $1 million in fundraising parents do for the public school. And so they've got the California budget, but they raise that much money. And I think in our public schools and in some of our groups, we don't have enough parent engagement, whether it's even the sports but the schools. You're supposed to supplement and really be into this and make the community better. And we need that level of commitment and be an even better community.
So this goes to what so when I was thinking about this thing about the non-English speaking population, I do wonder if a lot of them, like you were saying, they're not rooted here. They don't really they think of this as a place where
It's a transitional.
it's more of an opportunity to be here, but if anything really went wrong, they're not staked out here. They'd be out
It
of
could be
here.
temporary.
But they all end up, I mean, my family came here thinking it was temporary, and I'm still here. So come on. I mean, how long is temporary? And if you've got your kid in school, you're going to want the best possible. You got to change that mindset because I don't think people are going back to Venezuela anytime soon.
I agree.
true.
It ends up not being temporary a lot of the time. But I feel like the mentality, or there's hope that it's a temporary, you know. And there's been different influxes. Like our families came like 1990, like around there.
80s.
80s. So my parents came in 82. And they left and came back a bunch of times. But, you know, the new influx, I don't know. Because I don't know. It's not my age group. I don't know. So I don't know.
If they're
I think
here.
it depends on the
Yeah, I think a lot of
the
those
reasoning.
folks
Yeah.
are here for like a 3 to 5 year plan. That's what it seems like.
I just don't see them going back, though. I hear what you're saying.
No, but like if you know, from Spain.
Yeah,
or
There's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and there are people, they come not for
countries that aren't in turmoil necessarily.
Yeah.
but they're
But
just
it's like a business opportunity.
Right,
Yeah, or a transfer for whatever reason.
or even if they think to themselves that they're going to go back in 5 years, they're never going to get engaged in anything because
Yeah,
it's what's
exactly.
this isn't my place to get engaged. It's not that even that they might not want to. It's almost like a feeling of like this isn't really my place
And
to
that's
step
not
in here.
That's not. It's not just the key. It's Miami is a transient city. It is. I mean,
Well, on the key, I mean, just let them go through one Ultra Friday, and then we'll see.
They're moving back.
We're all going to band together.
I wanted to stand outside all holding hands, not let people in.
Yeah, I think
I'm with you, Anna.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I think I do. I think there is a lot of parent engagement in the elementary school. I think that and Mast also. Mast, I'm surprised at the amount of parent engagement there is because usually it falls off. Like in Little League, you go to T-ball and coach pitch, and there's tons of parents there. But in Mustang, and as they get older, people stop coming. But I think in the elementary school, I mean, we have a pretty strong PTA type community. I mean, in the public school here, they're some homes don't have two parents working, or even if they do, people. We know here in Key Biscayne, there's NIPA prevails, right? There's a lot of NIPA happening here. So I think we have a pretty strong parent community, at least in the elementary.
Okay, well, that's good to hear.
You know what I know is strong among the parents is the chats. Because I have some friends who are mothers, and they tell me the craziest chats.
Which chats are these that we're missing?
They're the moms chats. I don't know. That's crazy. Whatever.
Now, is this stuff based on truth?
I don't know I just know that there are arguments. There's petty stuff among the young mothers of Key Biscayne.
Are these chats in English or in Spanish?
Oh, good question. I've never asked them that because I don't care.
Because there might be a whole Manny. We might be missing out on half the key here by not being in the Spanish chats. All our chats are regulated English first, right? So, and sometimes people post in Spanish, but in these chats that I'm in anyway, the moderators always say, "Hey guys, just so that everybody understands, speak English, please." But there must be a whole subset.
Oh, for sure. Obviously.
How about the huge Brazilian community? Anna, you need to infiltrate that.
Little recon.
He's just sneak
I
in
need
there.
to know what they're doing.
I'm allowed. My last name's Silva. They're going to let me in. Yeah, I don't.
This is something that we got to get into. I really want to be into one of the big ones.
Handle the Spanish.
I'll take on
handle
the Portuguese.
I'll be on the beach picking up trash.
You're the guy always sending the screenshots, man.
Yeah, but that's not because I'm on the chats. It's because I'm getting bombarded with them. And listen, we have a lot of. For those of you that are just tuning in, we lost a member of our panel. No, we didn't. It's not. He didn't die. He's
on sabbatical.
We didn't lose him. He's on sabbatical.
I don't think he's on sabbatical. I think he's just quit the show.
Griff has actually quit the show. Did you say? Is that what you said? He quit?
Yes.
So we are actively looking for a new panel member. It's a rigorous vetting process that you'll have to undergo. Just shoot us a text, or better yet, just say that you want to be on, and we'll get you there next week. Especially if you can host it.
Yeah.
Mayra, you're looking like a regular.
Right.
You're always welcome.
All right, it's Monday, March 18th, 2019. No One's Listening show, episode 147. I am here with Anna, Manny, and Mayra, who is graciously hosting us at her house.
And what
today.
about our studio audience?
And clapping in the back and providing the laugh track is Alvin over there. A very big thanks to them for having us. Okay, and now we go on to openings and closings.
I finally had. This is not an opening and closing, but I finally had the Lido Fresh.
Oh, okay.
Have we all
a
had
review?
it or no?
No.
This is the new restaurant at the new smokehouse at the new
At Gustum. 100% natural at the new.
Yeah,
at
so
Gustum.
it's on the corner of probably best known as the Subway or Domino's Mall.
Yes.
Or
officially.
La Scala Mall.
Well, I know. We don't want to let the secret out here, Anna. So what's the name of this place, Anna? And give us your review.
Delirio Fresh. And I've talked about them before because I had them in Doral before while I'm printing in Doral. And I went one day and had the experience you had at Secreto.
Well, you were ignored and
Grim,
walked out.
I was ignored and walked out a couple weeks ago, but I gave it another try today. I almost left because I was being ignored, but I was
You were
like,
too hungry?
I was too hungry and I wanted that kind of food. And I don't know. Maybe I need to just go for the smoothies. I don't know. I'm not 100% naturally sold on it. I don't know why. And I wish I was, because I would like to give a review that way. Oh, someone doesn't agree with my review. I'm joking. Okay. You've had it, right, Manny?
I have not. No, I only go to La Scala.
So why did you guys, no one's gone?
No, that's not my type of spot. I don't know. It just doesn't appeal
My
to me.
kid went. She
Yeah.
had a bowl. And she
Acai
liked
bowl.
it. Acai bowl. She
So
liked it.
I have a feeling it's good for fruits, acai bowl, smoothies, because I've had them before at the other location. They're good. But I don't know. I wasn't 100% sold on my lunch today. But, I also don't like the music there, and that affects my eating process. I don't know.
Okay,
I
so
wish I could give a better review. I feel bad, but I
so
usually
kind
only
of
give-
tepid on it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
If you go back, you let us know. Sometimes
I don't think
those-
I'll go back to eat lunch,
Right.
or whatever.
it's
I'll
just
have a
kind of
smoothie.
the vibe is just off, and it's not good enough
the
to
vibe
go
was
back.
very off. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry. But then I walked over to have a coffee at Patagonia, but I stopped by Pops, or the place you told me.
Yes,
That
the new,
you told us?
the new burger
And
joint.
I wasn't eating, but I wanted to see it. And it's super cute.
Yeah, it's like a comic book.
Yeah, it's really sweet and simple menu, which I miss. Simple menus.
Wait, where is this one?
It's
Near
we've
the
talked
old
about it. It's the
Bertoni.
old it
by
was a
Bertoni,
yogurt
yes.
shop.
Yeah,
It was
taco
an ice cream
stand.
shop, a taco stand. It's basically
cute.
when you want to have get your citizenship. I think here on the key. You just-
You have a burger and a
You go-
milkshake.
you
open a
go through
spot
that
there.
place.
EB5, you said.
Yeah, 85 right.
That's hilarious.
So we did have some comments from our listeners, Rafa, before we get to calendar.
Okay.
Tony Winton, thanks for listening. Danny DB listening as well. Always good to have you here. Bob Haney, what?
Oh,
Bobby,
Bobo.
man, we miss
NTB,
you.
I miss you
We
guys.
miss you on the chat. A lot of listeners here.
Oh, yeah, Bob, I missed you on the chat. I made a little comment to you, though.
Julie agrees. She does. Julie Dick. She thinks that there is a good level of parent engagement at KBCS and MAST. Gentleman Carlos mentioned, I don't agree. I think Key Biscayne should do much more to engage foreigners. They're willing to participate, but no way to do it. When we speak out, when we speak and tell foreigners what's going on and what the issues are, they're sure to listen, but they have no way to do it because they don't know how to be involved. I mean, there's a lot of ways to be involved.
You wanted to hear another thing that I didn't mention, but you just brought it up to me, is that a lot of people come from countries where civic engagement isn't the same. And so they're not used to even participating in government, participating in
different
these
discourse.
groups. It's not something. It's just not part of the fabric of how things work. So maybe nonprofits usually work funded by government and not private donations, and people are on staff. They're not volunteers.
I have a great idea. I think that something that's going to help people to figure out a way how to get involved is we're going to hold a NIPA workshop. This is a non-income producing activity workshop. You're going to be able to come.
A fair.
NIPA fair.
We'll hand out pamphlets.
You can set up your own booth. I mean, we're going to be. We'll
have a bunch of booths.
We're gonna need a
and
big
you can-
space.
You can join the one that you think is
Maybe
the
that's how
most
we'll
for
find
you.
our next host, or our next panel member.
I think a NIPA fair would be amazing here on the
NIPA
Key.
fair.
What about an orientation like for new residents civic engagement that they did twice a year?
They did that for a while. No, they were doing something else.
They did
Yeah.
kind of training for people who were interested in getting involved in
Yeah.
government and what have you. It was like volunteer. It was like an academy.
Yeah.
No, what,
But-
the village.
they had
The
the civic
Village Engagement Academy.
Yeah, I went to that.
yeah, me too.
But you,
I was
you guys did it
invited
as
on yours.
leaders,
Yeah.
and you guys know to go to the council meetings and peek
No.
and speak
How
in
to do
public
it.
comments. and
Rafa
all
goes
that
to the
stuff.
council meetings. But
But some people don't know that they're welcome and they're allowed.
Yeah.
So-
you know.
Yeah, you're right.
it's good to know. It's good
So
to know.
that was good because it especially for people who didn't know, it teaches you how the government works, right? But there's so much more outside of that. Stuff like the 4th of July committee, like fill a bag, like this or that. I think a fair,
A NIPA fair.
a NIPA fair.
No, Bill Stevens
Bill's on it?
he's here. He's on it. He's going to NIPA University.
Yes.
You can generate your diploma online.
Well, we already have a PhD
I'm dead
in
serious.
NIPA,
I think this
and-
is something for like the foundation to do or something. Put that on Melissa. Hey, Melissa, a little more work for you. Put this thing, make a
NIPA
fair
fair.
for us. Make sure there's wine and cheese because if not, nobody's going to go. And everything, the 4th of July committee will be there.
It's
and
a
you
thing
can
they
join.
do at school,
And
right? Like
the
you can
jobs
join
fairs.
Amnesty International, or for nonprofit organizations.
Oh,
You can
okay,
join
there you go.
different. At least
So,
when I went to school, I don't know. if
You know, the show will be there. The Ask Club will be there. All the NIPAs around
Listen,
here will
as
be
I
there.
speak with
Philibag will
people,
be there.
as I speak with people, and you know the word NIPA comes up, they're like, "What's that?" And non-income producing activity. They're like, "Oh man, I do a shitload of that. I do that." Everybody is, has their NIPA, and we talk about measuring wealth. I believe that there's a direct correlation by the amount of NIPA that you have in your life and your happiness, and
I
your
agree.
success.
I agree.
So you get stuck in a bad NIPA for 5 years, and then you're like,
Are you saying something?
No, I don't
about
think
one
you
of
get
You
your
have to be
NIPA
able
jobs.
to give back. Gives huge satisfaction.
I think this is a good idea because then it makes it fun too. Like, what do I like? And I walk around and
Yeah,
I
exactly.
go, oh wait, I really like.
Now, do you think
Radio.
like a tent at the Winterfest where they have all this
All the
information because
parents,
the
right?
parents are going?
Yeah.
So do it at places where they're going to be there. Give a bowl of candy so all the kids go. And,
Yeah.
But
Something-
have
It needs to be something associated with the children because I feel like a lot of people move here because they have a family and
Yeah.
because that's I think the best way to.
So we put the seed out right now. Now it's up to the listeners to make it happen. Okay,
More
we already
NIPA for
have
them.
our NIPA. If you want to do the NIPA of putting this on, you got the seed planted. Let's make it happen.
You hear that, Melissa? He's talking to you.
Okay, any calendar, you guys?
Ultra is coming to Key Biscayne on
That's
March 29th.
That's Ultra Friday, Ultra Saturday, and Ultra Sunday on your calendar. Spring break is in full effect, so drive carefully out there. The kids are out running around in like Aspen or something. But no, I'm just kidding. So what else we have on the calendar?
So I have Lenny's throwing a party at the yacht club, some kind of island chic thing the next Saturday that she wanted us to mention.
Lenny's throwing a party at the
At
yacht
the
club
Really?
Really?
Are we sure?
right now.
I don't know.
Is that where she is?
Next Saturday, this
You sure it's
Saturday
Lenny?
coming up. So if you're a yacht club person or you know somebody, or if you just want to crash, just walk in. They're not going to say anything.
Tell me you're
Dress
with
island chic.
Tell me you're with
the,
Griff.
the dress code. They're trying to. Yeah. Tell me.
Oh, we the Aqua party as well, April 13th.
Oh, there you go.
Be here. I'm really
Yeah.
sad.
That's my birthday.
Oh,
Oh, I'm extra sad now.
Yeah, so it should be fun.
Damn.
wear a costume to that one too.
Yeah,
that's always fun.
Oh, I'm and mascara too.
Yeah.
Rafa. We're definitely-
It's eyeliner.
Eyeliner.
It's eyeliner.
Sorry, my bad.
And Friday, May 17th is the Key Biscayne 4th of July barbecue fundraiser at the Beach Club. That's in a while, but I'll keep telling you guys about it.
Oh, Friday night is a piano concert. That concert series here on the Key at 6:30.
Oh yeah, I saw that advertised on the Green Chat.
Oh my lord!
Piano's pretty
Well,
green.
they're going to.
Joe
They need to
Souza's song,
reschedule the
song.
Brazilian dancers and music that was.
Oh, that's right.
They had to cancel this Sunday.
I
so
heard
that's
about
coming.
that.
That's fun.
Is
That's
it
a
fun?
really
I've never been.
Oh, it's
my mom told me about it. I was like, "What is
It's
this?"
actually totally
Fun?
family oriented and great fun. They're
Nice.
fantastic.
Yeah, Anna, you need to infiltrate that Brazilian chat.
right. Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe it's fun. Maybe it's a fun chat.
Maybe it's like the best one, and we
Maybe
don't
it's the
even know
best
it.
chat.
It's great.
Okay, so that's your calendar. Stay tuned for all those things. Unless you guys have anything else, I think we're going to wrap it up.
Myra, Al, thank you very
Thank
much.
you guys
you
so much
so
for
much.
having us.
Coco,
It's
thanks
fun.
for the cuddles.
Oh my god, it's so cute and cuddly. Who's the other dog?
Allegra.
Allegra and Coco were great audience members here.
You were good too, Al.
You were good too.
Okay, well, that's the show. Subscribe and do all that stuff. Listen to us and tell your friends about it. And if you want to be on the show, leave us a comment, drop us a line, get in contact with somebody. That's it.
There's a membership fee.
And an intern. We need a technical intern. I meant that too. If you have a kid who's into computers or into sound mixing and that kind of technical stuff, Legos even, just send them over.
Yeah, and actually, we'll give community service hours for that too.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a great summer internship.
Yeah.
That'd
That's
be
a really
great
good idea.
gig.
Yeah. Mondays.
Does that mean I have to
at
stop
6.
cursing?
No, we
No.
want like a.
No.
No.
Anyway, that's it. Goodbye, guys.
All right, play us
tune
out
in
there.
Next week.
Bye,
Here goes
guys.
the jingle.
Bye-bye.
Bye.